is a good time for me to start contacting shows and venues to perform?
Well, I mean, it depends on the time of year. I really feel like you should definitely start first and foremost to build a Google Doc. Huge into my Google Docs. And it's a great organization source and it's free. That's why it's amazing, guys. You don't need an excuse not to do it. Does that even make sense? Do you not need an excuse to do it? Well, no. You guys know what I'm saying. It's free. So you have no excuse. You have no excuse not to do it. That's what I meant to say. Come on with me. So you have no excuse not to do it. It's free. So create a Google Doc because it's going to vary. Some places will want you to reach out like we're coming up on March right now. And so there might be places that it's even too late to reach out that are fall events. I know some that like book a year in advance. Some that's way too soon. So you have to start to feel it out. It's not just like this is the prime time. Now, because it's March and there's going to be a lot of spring festivals, and I speak to festivals right now or certain things on that end, that would be like you'd want to reach out now. You might, again, be past the mark. You may say December is really good to start to consider and look for when it comes to fairs and festivals that are in the spring and in the summer. Worst case scenario, you start in December. They tell you that they don't start booking till like April. So you go to your Google Doc and you put it in there. So you really could start in like December and do like a little clean through and be like, okay, great, what's coming up in the projected future for the spring and the summer? And you want to get in touch with them at that point, December or January, and just start to fill in when they actually start to book on that end. So it's a little different when it comes to restaurants and pubs or different things like that, because you can contact them whenever you have your stuff together. But make sure that before you contact them that you do have your stuff together. You have some if you don't have a website with some accolades or some samples of your music, make sure you have like a Facebook or Instagram that's going to have some examples. You have to think like a business, and if you're just outreaching to them and be like, hey, book me for a show because I'm a singer-songwriter and you need entertainment, it's like, oh, that's all great, but like, I don't know, what do you sing? Are you a good fit for me or my restaurant? So I hope that helps you. I would say fairs, festivals, those kinds of things. Start to build out your doc. Start to understand when they do, but you could do in January, and that could go all the way till December.